at the plate, but this ball doesn't make it out of the infield, and that is it for the Cubs as Pittsburgh escapes Chicago with the 6-5 win to snap the Cubs' winning streak and avoid the weekend series sweep. That does it for sports.
You can see we're going to be mostly sunny for these next several days with dry conditions. So if you're looking to avoid rain, it's been rainy over the last week. You have several dry days, but early this morning, temperatures are in a very low place. We're in the mid-30s right now. And even when we rise with our temperatures, we're going to be in the lower 60s. And as we move through the next several days, temperatures are going to stay there at a below normal place. But you can see as we get closer to the end of the work week, start of the next weekend, temperatures are going to approach a more spring-like place. We're going to be in the lower 70s, and that's going to be our next chance of rain by Saturday.
Whether you are re-roofing your house, building a small garage, or a large, sturdy post-frame building, Graber Post Buildings will be there to help you every step of the way with sound advice, competitive price, and with top-quality, durable, long-lasting products. Graber Post has the staff, crews, and supplies to handle any project, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Call us today at 800-264-5013 or drop by our showroom in Montgomery, Indiana.
At Fuson, we believe you shouldn't pay too much for general maintenance. Full synthetic oil change, only $39.95, and now a full wheel alignment, only $69.95. Call and make your appointment today because I want to hear you say aye at a Fix at Fuson.
Is your water softener working efficiently, or is it wasting water and money? The local water experts, Culligan Water, can perform a multi-point inspection on any make or model. Get the Culligan van in your driveway for an inspect and check today.
Riddell National Bank is proud to be a corporate partner for the 32nd Annual Golden Apple Awards. We would like to acknowledge the commitment, professionalism, service, and success of this year's recipients. Ann Bacon, Otter Creek Middle School. Tina Ficklin, Northeast East Elementary School. Peggy Grabowski, Terre Haute South High School. Andrea Luger, Sarah Scott Middle School. And Michelle Rue, Northview High School. From all of us at Riddell National Bank, congratulations and thank you.
Coverage you can count on. This is the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast with John Swanner, Heather Good, and Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp. This is News 10 This Morning.
Rising gas prices across the nation and here in the valley. Some reasons why and a bit of good news for drivers.
Plus, why the winner of this year's Kentucky Derby is at the center of controversy.
And a longtime Terre Haute business is expanding, what that means for jobs in the area.
But first, we're waking up to another frosty May morning. Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp is tracking the chilly conditions in the Storm Team 10 Weather Center.
Good morning, Brady.
Hey, good morning. You see our visibility map showing dense fog forming in places across the Wabash Valley. We have reduced visibilities in Robinson, Terre Haute, Paris. You can see we're down to 4 miles in Paris of visibility. And if you have to do any driving, the fog could slow you down. So just keep that in mind. You can see this is a live picture of, again, look at this. This is how hard it is to see just from this short distance. You can see the headlights, but this is what you're going to be dealing with as we move through these next several hours. You saw the reduced visibility map, you saw a live picture, and we have the clear sky on our storm tracker. So over these next few hours, if you can wait to do any driving, you're going to see clearer conditions because this is going to set the stage for sunlight, and sunlight likes to get rid of fog very early in the morning like this. And you can see our temperatures. That's the other impact here. Look at this, mid-30s, 35 degrees in Rockville. Temperatures way below normal for this part of the year. So watch for patchy frost beginning to form across the region. Now coming up, I'll let you know when to expect more spring-like weather.
Well, as you head out this morning, you'll also notice gas prices in Indiana are nearing the $3 mark. That's just 3 cents away from being the highest they've been in more than 7 years. Meanwhile, in Illinois, the average price for a gallon is already over $3. Experts say the main reason is demand for gas is beginning to rise. More people are getting out of their homes and back on the roads as pandemic restrictions ease. Additionally, local experts say prices may seem higher because of the dramatic decline of demand during the pandemic. However, in reality, they are not much higher than they were pre-pandemic.
This isn't unfamiliar. What is unfamiliar is if we hit that $3 threshold. We haven't hit that in most of the country for the last 7 years.
Now, experts say there is some good news. We should not see any record high prices this summer. A top U.S. fuel pipeline is shut down at this hour, and a cybersecurity attack is to blame.
It's the largest petroleum pipeline between Texas and New York.
Laura Podesta explains what happened and what this could mean for the prices at the pump.
It's the most significant cyber attack on U.S. energy infrastructure in recent memory, current and former government officials tell CBS News. On Friday, the Colonial Pipeline Company, which supplies 45% of the gas to the East Coast, announced it was shutting down its IT systems and, as a result, the channels that run from Texas to New York. The company said in a statement, "We have since determined that this incident involves ransomware. In response, we proactively took certain systems offline to contain the threat." Ransomware is an extortion tactic criminals use to get inside computer systems, steal data, then demand money for its release.
Unfortunately, these sorts of attacks are becoming more frequent. They're here to stay, and we have to work in partnership with business to secure networks to defend ourselves against these attacks.
The top suspect in the attack is a group known as DarkSide, a criminal gang with ties to Russia, a former top security official tells CBS News. Experts say the longer the disruption lasts, the more likely it is gas prices will rise. The White House said President Biden is aware of the situation and the federal government is working with the industry to avoid shortages. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Colorado authorities say a gunman opened fire at a birthday party, killing 6 adults and himself. The suspected shooter was the boyfriend of a female victim. Police say a motive wasn't immediately known. This is just one of several shootings across the nation over the weekend. We'll have more on the violence in the next half hour of News 10 this morning.
And in Canada, a man was fatally shot at the Vancouver International Airport in what police say is a gang-related incident. Police say officers intercepted a suspected getaway vehicle shortly after yesterday's shooting, and they were fired upon from the car. Police say 2 suspects escaped. No officers were injured. A police spokesman says the 28-year-old shooting victim was known to police, and the incident was related to a gang conflict that the region has seen lately.
Medina Spirit, the horse that won the Kentucky Derby, has failed a drug test. Trainer Bob Baffert disclosed the result. He denies all wrongdoing. He promised to be fully transparent with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission during its investigation. If Medina Spirit fails a second test, the colt could be disqualified.
Meanwhile, Knox County residents are encouraged to take 5 minutes to fill out a survey to help improve internet access in their communities. Earlier this year, the Knox County Rural Broadband Task Force was formed. The group is looking to help keep the community ahead of the curve. The first task is to find out what issues the community is facing with getting high-speed internet. The survey hopes to find out where the county stands on providing good internet service to those who need it.
After that, we'll do our job as the community task force to go meet with internet service providers, county and city government, to do everything we can to make Knox County a broadband-ready community.
And you can find the link to the survey at WTHI-TV.com.
And better access to internet service is on the way in Vigo County. As we reported last week, the Vigo County School Corporation and Joint broke ground on a new project to expand broadband access. This means students will be able to connect to internet at 84 locations in the community.
A manufacturer expanding and bringing jobs to Terre Haute. Vitessa is based in Brazil, South America. The company acquired Tredegar in November. Now the company is investing more than $19 million in new equipment and upgrades. Vitessa kept 113 employees, and they're adding 34 new jobs by the end of next year. The company makes non-woven hygiene and healthcare products.
The Indiana Department of Natural Resources is hiring new conservation officers. Officers spend most of their time enforcing hunting and fishing regulations, as well as patrolling waterways and DNR properties. In years past, applicants were required to have at least an associate's degree. This year, the DNR will allow anyone 21 and older to apply without any education requirement.
We want to see what kind of applicants we can get from the people that have been out there working in the workforce for years and maybe didn't have the opportunity to go to college, and this has always been a job they wanted, and that's been a hurdle for them. So we're going to open that up and see.
The pre-screening test needs to be submitted by midnight on June 3rd. We have a link to the DNR website for more information on the hiring process. You can find that at WTHI-TV.com.
The Clay County Amateur Radio Emergency Service is up and running at the Corey Volunteer Fire Department. Amateur radio plays a vital role in times of severe weather. You can expect many amateur radio operators out in the field spotting for storms, and their information is critical to meteorologists.
That's where the spotters come in. They can help them with damage assessment. They can tell them, what's actually taking place right on the ground, and that's invaluable to those folks.
And if you're interested in becoming a ham radio operator, we've linked you to amateur radio organizations in the Valley on WTHI-TV.com.
We have a foggy and very cold morning, and as we move through the rest of the day, we are going to get more comfortable. I'll let you know when that's going to happen coming up in a couple of minutes.
And later, Ford is recalling thousands of its Explorers, the particular models and the reasons why coming up.
You're watching the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast, News 10. Closed captioning is sponsored by Terre Haute Chevrolet. Visit our team today.
Peffley and Henshaw Wrecker Service specializes in heavy-duty towing, but can handle all of your towing needs in Vigo and surrounding counties. I'm Paul May. Give Peffley Henshaw a call today.
I'm Tony Canan. You know me as a race car driver and an Indy 500 champion. But more important, I'm a husband and a father of 4. So to keep my family safe, I got the COVID-19 vaccine as soon as I could. The vaccine is safe, effective, and can help keep you and your family safe too. It's our shot, Hoosiers. And I got the shot right here.
Get a great deal on making the most of every property. The Kubota commercial landscape lineup is built to do more. From the Z700 mower, to the SVL track loader, to the RTVX utility vehicle. When your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that will never let you down. Right now, bring home the Kubota Z700 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
During these extraordinary times at Parkview Village, our residents' safety is our #1 priority.
Hello, I'm Diana Byers, and I'm at Parkview Village, and this is where my parents used to live. Great place to be.
I'm Lloyd Parsons, and I haven't lived here too long, but they really treat me nice.
Hi, I'm Lisa Carico, and I look forward to coming to work every day and caring for my Parkview family.
Vaccines have started, and we're ready for you at Parkview Village Christian Care.
I needed my payments to be at a certain budget because I'm a college student, work a part-time job, and they got me financed, got my payments where they needed to be.
Get the car you want and the payment you need at Terre Haute Auto, where they stack them deep and sell them cheap.
For coverage you can count on anytime, any place, download the News 10 app today. Ellen, weekday afternoons at 4, only on TV 10. Storm Team 10's 7-day forecast is sponsored by Andrew Southern Realtor. Coverage you can count on continues with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp.
Good morning, welcome back. You'll get a live picture here. You can see traffic moving. We have some patchy fog moving through the Wabash Valley. Now it is moving through the Wabash Valley, so every once in a while you'll run into a dense area of fog. You see it trying to clear up at this point in Terre Haute, but we still have, again, some reduced visibility on our visibility map here. We're down to 2 miles of visibility Robinson, down to 9 Terre Haute. You can see 5 miles of visibility in Linton. And if you have to do any driving, we do have reduced visibility in a patchy way. So you may see your area under 10 miles of visibility clearer, but if you have to do any driving, especially a long distance, you might run into some dense fog anyway. So just be careful. Give yourself some extra time. The fog could slow you down, but you see our storm tracker showing the clear sky. The fog will continue to clear up as we move through the rest of the day, thanks to mostly sunny conditions that are going to take over. Now our temperatures, if you're going outside, not only do you have to worry about fog, you're also going to have to worry about very low temperatures, very cold conditions for this part of May. And in fact, it's going to feel more like winter outside. You can see we're in the mid 30s in Terre Haute, 36 degrees, 37 degrees in Sullivan, and our temperatures are getting low enough. it's getting dangerous for sensitive plants outside. So while you're awake now, you might want to get outside and save whatever sensitive plants you can if you haven't already, because again, we're going to see some patchy frost begin to form, and you're under a frost advisory for these counties highlighted in that blue color. Again, and this is until 8 a.m. Indiana time. So if you have to do anything outside, watch for frost and make sure you're preparing again for a winter-like morning rather than a spring-like one. That means warmer clothing. And as we move through the rest of the afternoon, it is going to get slightly more comfortable, but we're going to see again off and on sunlight as we move through the rest of the morning. So this is around lunchtime. You see the clear sky on the Futurecast. The fog that we do have will continue to burn away, lift up, and we're going to see some areas of partly sunny conditions. Now, as we move through the rest of the afternoon, you can see what cloud cover we do have to the south, but overall, we're going to have to wait for the overnight for any substantial cloud cover to roll in. So if you're looking to avoid rain, you're going to be able to do so today. We had a rainy week last week. This week's going to be much drier. So for any outdoor plans you have, we're going to see sunny conditions several of these days. You can see over the course of the day tomorrow, you can see some light cloud cover. This is around 7, but overall, we see mostly clear conditions with the cloud cover staying to the south by the middle part of the day. Now we're going to see more substantial cloud cover tomorrow night again. You can see cloud cover coming in from the south, but even these clouds won't be enough to get rid of dry, sunny conditions in many locations. And as we move through the night tomorrow night, we're going to continue to be dry. So if you have to avoid any rain, you're going to be able to. Temperatures going to be in the lower 60s. Remember, foggy to begin with today, and then partly sunny conditions take over. Tonight, we're in the lower 40s. Not quite as cold as this morning. Temperatures this morning were in the 30s. We're going to be in the lower 40s tomorrow. It's going to be just slightly more comfortable. Still jacket weather, and as we move through tomorrow afternoon, temperatures are going to be almost identical. Lower 60s, mostly sunny conditions. But remember, our temperatures are below normal for these next several days. We're not going to see temperatures that are typically where they're at in the month of May until next weekend, and that's our next chance of rain.
Your time right now, 15 minutes past the hour.
A new study shows Americans are misinterpreting food labels. We'll try to clear up some of the confusion a little later.
First, researchers are now testing the COVID-19 vaccine in children under 5. You'll hear from a family who's taking part in the study when News 10 This Morning continues.
The Storm Team 10 Storm Tracker is sponsored by Terre Haute Savings Bank.
Perfect. The color of the flowers. That's just the whole place looks amazing. I love it.
It's perfect.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you. Thank you.
There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Well, I never really had like a guy in my life to do anything until the Big Brother program.
Braylon, from the very beginning, we connected.
If you're like a kid that doesn't really get to do much, then, I mean, they're there for you.
Well, I don't think you're ever too old to be part of Big Brother, Big Sister.
Without it, I don't know, I would not know a lot.
It was just something that I wanted to do, not only for myself, but obviously for some young child out there that could use a mentor.
Terre Haute Big Brother, Big Sister, making a difference one child at a time.
Bonburn Canine Training Center, how can I help you?
Hello, my owner needs some training.
Whether it's for home protection or obedience, we can train your dog and train you to train your dog. Call today for a free evaluation. Von Byrne Canine Training Center next to Boot City, Terre Haute.
The Villas of Hollybrook and Marshall is a premier senior living community.
Sometimes it's waffles, sometimes it's pancakes, whatever people want.
The Villas of Hollybrook and Marshall, because everyone deserves a great life.
Putnam County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Elevate Endurance, and TV10 invite you to put yourself on a bike and experience the beauty of Putnam County as you pedal Putnam. With 3 routes to choose from, there's an option for families and cyclists of all abilities. Enjoy covered bridges, waterfalls, and stunning countryside. Come for the ride and stay for the food, music, and fun-filled activities. Register and get all the details at goputnam.com. Put yourself in Putnam County, October 2nd, and pedal Putnam.
Michelle Obama joins us with her unique view on the issues facing America and her new mission to solve one very big problem. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is expected to be available soon to children ages 12 to 15.
Researchers are now testing the vaccine in kids as young as 6 months old to see if it's safe and effective.
Femi Redwood introduces us to a family whose daughter is among the first children under 5 to receive both shots.
Eloise LaCour is happy and healthy.
Here we go.
The 3-year-old just received her second COVID-19 vaccine. She's part of a study testing Pfizer's vaccine on children 6 months to 12 years old.
Whatever we can do to protect her, even though chances are she'd be totally fine if she caught the virus, we don't know what the long-term effects are.
Dr. Yvonne Maldonado leads the research at Stanford University School of Medicine. She says they plan to enroll a few thousand children to see if the vaccine is safe and effective. For younger children, they are currently working to find the right dose.
What doses are the lowest doses that produce the best immune response with the least side effects?
Getting parents on board may be a challenge. A recent survey shows less than a third of U.S. parents with children ages 12 to 15 say they'll get them vaccinated right away. Children now make up about 25% of COVID-19 infections, and that number is growing. Kids are less likely to have severe COVID, but Dr. Maldonado says thousands have been hospitalized, so it's critical they get the shot.
It's clearly a disease that while the numbers look small, they are still important. People under 18 make up over 20% of the US population. And if we want to reach herd immunity, it is going to be important to tap in to that population as well.
Eloise's parents say they discussed the study in detail with her.
We talk a lot about how she's been very brave to participate in the trial, and the vaccine is something that'll help her body be strong to fight against the virus.
Okay. And that she's helping other kids by getting her shot. Femi Redwood, CBS News, New York.
Now, researchers say data shows the immune response in 12 to 15-year-olds was not only as good as adults, but better.
They also expect side effects would be similar in all age groups, typically low-grade fevers and flu-like symptoms. Well, a check of your most accurate and reliable forecast is straight ahead from Storm Team 10's Brady Harp.
And still ahead on News 10 this morning, time is running out to fill out those IRS tax forms, the deadline, and some things procrastinators should be aware of.
Cool. Not cool. At Bay's Heating and Cooling, we like it cool too. That's why we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Plus, we offer a 10-year parts and labor warranty on American Standard heating and air conditioning products. And right now, get up to $1,000 in instant rebates on qualifying American Standard equipment with the purchase of an eligible indoor air quality product.
Bay's Heating and Cooling.
We keep you in your comfort zone for less.
Bay's.
I've been here at Westminster Village for 5 years. When I had a house, I had to worry about the appliances. I had to worry about the roof. I had to worry about getting the grass cut. I had to worry about utility bills. And here I don't have to worry about anything anymore. I don't have to get down and look under the sink to fix the plumbing. There are people here who do that for me, and they're very capable, and they're very personable, and boy, am I glad they're here.
There are lots of great reasons to buy your next vehicle from Ublar Buick GMC Cadillac in Vincennes, Indiana. Sure, we have a large selection, great pricing, and helpful salespeople, but there's more. Modern conveniences like digital credit approvals, online car shopping, even touchless delivery of your vehicle. All for your convenience, comfort, and safety. And of course, service after the sale by factory-trained technicians. Enjoy car buying at Ublar Buick GMC Cadillac in Vincennes, where customers send their friends for lots of great reasons since 1929.
I'm Dave, this is Calvin, welcome to the neighborhood.
You mind if I cut in? I'm trying to spice Mondays up for everybody. Let's get this party started. Bring your friends. What was that?
I was expressing my enthusiasm.
Watch the neighborhood. Watch Bob Potts have a show though.
I'm in.
Boom. Hard to wrap my head around.
Why's the bottle half empty?
I started celebrating early.
Bring your friends.
Coverage you can count on continues with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp.
Good morning. It is cold this morning. Temperatures at a below normal place. If you walk out the door, it does not feel like May. We're in the mid-30s right now in Terre Haute. Look at Robinson, 33 degrees, 1 degree above the freezing mark at 32 degrees. Now we're a little bit warmer farther to the south. Temperatures are hanging on closer to 40 degrees, but temperatures are low enough that sensitive plants could be in danger at this point. You can see frost advisory has been issued until 8 a.m., just about an hour and a half. More here with all these counties highlighted in that blue color. And that's how long we're expecting temperatures to continue to drop for. And if you have to do anything outside, make sure you're prepared for, again, winter-like conditions. Now, we are going to get more comfortable by the end of the day, and it's going to be because of some sunlight. Now, I'll let you know when to expect more spring-like weather coming up in just a couple minutes.
A body found in an area lake over the weekend. The latest on the investigation coming up.
And next on News 10 this morning.
Created just this gray cloud over my entire life.
Once the pandemic is over, the impact could be long-lasting. How some youngsters say it's affected their mental health, coming up.
Are you managing your diabetes using finger sticks? With the new Freestyle Libre 2 system, a continuous glucose monitor, you can check your glucose with a painless 1-second scan. And now, with optional alarms, you can choose to be notified if you go too high or too low. And for those who qualify, the Freestyle Libre 2 system is now covered by Medicare. Ask your doctor for a prescription. You can do it without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre2.us.
When a recipe is this good, you just don't mess with it. Maurizio's Pizza, using the same tried and true recipe since 1972. Dine in or carry out at 2 convenient locations. Maurizio's East on Wabash Avenue and Maurizio's North on Lafayette Street.
Today there are notifications for everything. The laundry is finished. Your mom approves of your new profile picture. Did you know your roof has its own notification system? For example, finding a shingle in the yard or water stains on your ceiling. If you experience a roofing notification, contact Honest Abe Roofing, and we can send out a roofing repair technician post-haste. Honest Abe Roofing, the reliable roofer.
A lot has changed since we opened Honey Creek Collision 15 years ago. Body shops have become chain stores, insurance estimates are often virtual, and unfortunately, many people do not have an insurance agent. So choose Honey Creek Collision to be the repair shop that looks out for you.
We invest in the latest training and technology and will ensure that your vehicle is properly repaired. We are a local, family-owned business and will be here for years to come.
Remember, it's your right to choose, so when the insurance company asks, tell them you're going to Honey Creek Collision.
The nursing department at St. Mary of the Woods College wants to honor our nursing students, past and present, for making a difference through compassionate care. Are you ready to follow in their footsteps? Apply today. I make nurses.
The Bus Stop Forecast is sponsored by Dentistry Just for Kids and TK Orthodontics.
Well, today is the start of Mental Health Awareness Week over in the UK, a campaign that's taking on added significance in England following the nation's third COVID lockdown.
Isa Suarez went to a youth center in London where children are discussing how the pandemic has affected their mental health.
Since lockdown lifted and doors reopened 4 weeks ago, kids aged 8 to 18 have been coming here for a kickabout with friends, a game of ping pong, and crucially, for this.
It made my additional needs worse, and then it made, on top of that, the anxiety as well.
The centre has now become a place where kids can open up and begin to heal, with mentoring and mindfulness sessions. A response to what staff here are calling a mental health crisis among young people. This is reflected in the latest UK government data, which suggests that 1 in 6 children may now be suffering a diagnosable mental health issue, up about 50% since 2017.
What did you experience during lockdown that you hadn't experienced before?
Created just this grey cloud over my entire life.
For many here, that cloud never cleared. There were pressures of virtual learning and a digital divide.
I used to have the best grades.
Anxieties about contracting or passing on the virus. Loneliness and isolation. Outside of this group, doctors told us they've heard stories of chaotic home lives, with some young people experiencing neglect, overcrowding and domestic abuse.
How many of you have seen your parents break down in tears? I'm with you.
There has been a really marked increase, especially in Colindale, of new households living below the poverty line, often, and it must be as an impact from the pandemic, people losing their jobs, people not being able to sustain housing. So yeah, it's definitely getting worse.
And multi-million-dollar private outposts like this are few and far between. Charities and sector workers warn of an under-resourced and oversubscribed support network where children face a stark reality: get worse or don't get seen.
We're seeing double the amount, triple the amount of children we used to pre-COVID being admitted, and they're with a variety of self-harm. So that's children drawing attention to the fact that they've got a concern, they've got a worry, and that's their way of expressing that, and also with eating disorders.
17-year-old Isha tells me she faced physical and emotional pain as her health declined during lockdown.
When I ate certain foods, or when I ate every meal, my stomach would hurt for about an hour and a bit afterwards. And then not going to the toilet for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And obviously I was really bloated, and then I looked at my body in different ways. Like, oh, am I putting on weight? Why am I not going to the toilet? Is there something wrong?
And you never had any of this before COVID?
No. Before COVID, I'd ask anyone, I could not care less. I was a foodie, I loved my food.
Behind it, she says, anxiety, loneliness, and a constant presence of social media. Together, it became a toxic combination.
Why were you worried about your image?
Because you're at home, you're not moving about, and you're looking in the mirror every day thinking, am I putting on weight?
Lockdown loneliness has turned children into the collateral damage of this pandemic. Now it's no longer a question of if, but how this pandemic will shape a generation. Isa Suarez, CNN, London.
A crash results in an ambulance flipped over on its side. What we're learning about how it happened.
Plus, one weather phenomenon where your reports can make a big difference. How you can accurately provide helpful information the next time we see hail.
And plans are moving forward on a new outdoor concert venue here in the Valley. The latest concert announcement and how you can get tickets.
These stories plus Storm Team 10's Brady Harp's Monday forecast all straight ahead in the final half hour of News 10 this morning.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, weekday mornings at 9 only on TV 10.
Whether you are re-roofing your house, building a small garage, or a large, sturdy post-frame building, Graber Post Buildings will be there to help you every step of the way with sound advice, competitive price, and with top-quality, durable, long-lasting products. Graber Post has the staff, crews, and supplies to handle any project, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Call us today at 800-264-5013 or drop by our showroom in Montgomery, Indiana.
It's frozen, yet it's a Coke. It's not solid, but also not a liquid. Frozen drinks from McDonald's. They're a paradox of deliciousness. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Try one of our new ice-cold frozen drinks, like a medium blue raspberry, frozen Coke, or wild cherry for just $1.59. Or try one of our Minute Maid slushies.
Everyone in Greylock is important. But if Greylock is going to survive, we need total control over what happens within our borders, including who does and does not get to drill on our land.
We just get one leg.
Let's save this town.
Ordinary people can do extraordinary things.
I'm all in.
We just get one leg.
The Republic of Sarah new series premieres Monday, June 14th, only on the CW.
Buckle up for the Sports 10 Finish Line Frenzy, sponsored by Dorset Ford. The weekly winner gets a free pizza from Pizza Gallery, and the grand champion wins a $300 Visa gift card from Dorset Ford. The Sports 10 Finish Line Frenzy, only at WTHI-TV.com. The Doctors, weekday afternoons at 3, only on TV 10. Coverage you can count on. The Wabash Valley's most watched newscast continues with John Swanner, Heather Good, and Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp. This is News 10 This Morning.
Today kicks off National Police Week, how you can remember fallen officers.
Plus a violent weekend across the nation, including shootings at a birthday party, and the manhunt underway right now for the suspect in a shooting at Times Square.
And a local man faces child molestation charges. What we're learning about the crime from police.
But first, Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brady Harp is in the Weather Center tracking a chilly start to our Monday.
Good morning, Brady.
Good morning. You see reduced visibility across the Wabash Valley with low visibility with Charleston, Mattoon area, Robinson, Terre Haute down to 9-0. in Paris. So we're seeing dense fog form in places. So if you have to do any early morning driving here for the next couple of hours, the fog could slow you down. But we do have a clear sky. The stage is being set for mostly sunny conditions as we move through the rest of the day, and that will help clear away the fog. So again, just early this morning, if you have to do any driving, the fog will impact you. Now, our temperatures, they're the other thing you have to deal with. We're in the mid to lower 30s across the Wabash Valley, way below normal for this part of May. And as we move through the rest of the day, expect cool conditions at first. And our temperatures are low enough that we could be seeing some patchy frost start to forming. So we're under a frost advisory for all these counties in the blue color until 8 a.m. Indiana time. Now we are in for more comfortable weather. I'll let you know when to expect it coming up in a couple minutes.
Happening today, you're invited to honor fallen officers. The Terre Haute Police Department will hold its annual ceremony in the parking lot of its headquarters on Wabash Avenue. This is video from a past ceremony. Today's ceremony will begin at 10 and is open to anyone. It's all part of National Police Week. Well, it was a weekend of gun violence in America with at least 10 mass shootings.
Mass shootings are defined as shootings with at least 4 people shot.
Laura Podesta has details on some of them this Mother's Day weekend.
A manhunt is underway in New York after a shooting in Times Square.
All 3 are innocent bystanders.
All are expected to survive, including a 4-year-old girl, seen here being rushed to an ambulance by Officer Alyssa Vogel.
We have a male party down on the ground.
In Massachusetts, a man is dead after driving an SUV through the doors of the Leicester police station.
The man exited the vehicle and immediately shouldered what appeared to be a rifle and aimed it at the police officers. The police officers then fired and shot the man.
Police in Colorado Springs are searching for a motive after a gunman killed 6 adults at a birthday party before killing himself.
This is terrible for a lot of people in a lot of ways.
Just outside of Baltimore, cops say a 56-year-old man shot his neighbors and set fire to his own townhouse. Witnesses say it was possibly to lure people outside.
There are 3 fatal victims.
Police shot and killed the man when they arrived on scene. And in Phoenix, a shooting at a hotel left 1 dead and 7 injured.
A group of people that were attending a function inside the hotel had some sort of altercation prior to the shooting.
The rash of shootings may reignite the gun debate in Washington, which quieted down after a string of deadly shootings more than a month ago.
This has to end. It's a national embarrassment.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been at least 24 shootings this month where 4 or more people were shot. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
A Lagodi, Indiana man is behind bars this morning facing child molestation charges. 20-year-old Gage Lechner was arrested by Indiana State Police on Friday, who say last month they started investigating this case. Law enforcement says it was during the investigation that Lechner had committed sexual acts with a 14-year-old. He's being held at the Martin County Jail without bond.
An investigation continues today after a man was found dead in Lake Shelbyville. Now, this is near Wolf Creek State Park in Shelby County, Illinois. 70-year-old Donald Pagad of Mattoon was reported missing on Saturday. He was found dead Saturday night. Now, if you have any information about this, you're asked to contact Illinois State Police.
A Sunday evening accident in Terre Haute involved a transcare ambulance. Firefighters tell us a car crashed into the ambulance at the corner of 3rd and Margaret. This caused the ambulance to flip over on its side. 3 workers were inside, but no patients. No serious injuries were reported.